Hello, welcome to Toastmasters Pathways 101. We're going to show you around the new level 1 that just came out tonight on October 27th, 2021, and a little bit about some of the navigation changes within the level 1 projects. Here we are looking at the new one. I just bought this path tonight, Motivational Strategies. A couple of the projects look familiar, of course. The Icebreaker at the top and at the bottom, evaluation and feedback. But you might notice, if you knew about the previous level 1, that there is no more researching and presenting, that has now been moved to level 3. But within this level, it has been replaced with writing a speech with purpose. Now, for those of you that are familiar with the former curriculum, the traditional curriculum with the competent communication manual, that came, I believe, from Project 4, How to Say It. And for those of you that are just getting started, it is listed as this foundational project is designed to help you write effective, concise speeches with purpose. And the other new one here is Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. That's from the old Project 6, Vocal Variety and Your Body Speaks, Project 5 in the Competent Communication Manual. And again, for those that are just getting started, I think the title explains basically what that is. We're going to take a look at the Icebreaker, and we're going to talk about some of the things that have been added from the previous Icebreaker and Pathways to now the newer version. So as usual, we're going to launch it after seeing that it was listed as activate. We're going to launch it to get it into motion. And this is what it looks like. It's going to look fairly similar, but at the bottom you'll see that it says select to move between sections. Before, that wasn't as obvious, and in previous videos you probably have heard me say that is the fast access toolbar, where you can get anywhere, anytime within a project window. The reason I call it a fast access toolbar is because you can quickly access any tool or any section within the project window. But they've made it more explicit. Now it says select to move between sections. When you click that arrow, this is what it looks like. I think it is actually improved. It's a little bit more organized, I think. And I've outlined in red the basic sections that have provided a little bit more updated or newer material. And it does correspond with Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. You can see Part 1 is getting started. Part 2, under that, they sort of emphasize prepare and present. Part 3, after your speech. Part 4, complete your project. The first thing that you see in this get started is about how to navigate within the project window. There's been a fair amount of confusion, I think, in the way that it has been designed, and this was their effort to make that more clear. I did watch the entire video, and it's actually pretty good. It's short, it's informative. I think it's helpful. You will probably find that helpful if you have been struggling with navigation in your previous level 1 projects. As usual, we have this directions indication, and in this case you can see it says select the red arrows to reveal more information, and you can see like an introduction above, or complete assess your skills before, find support. You click on those arrows for more information about that. And then for those of you that may just want to not go through any of the navigation, you can always just print your project, and there's a little tutorial just like the former one. It says view printing a project and resources. You can do that if you choose. However, if you stay within the project window, as usual, once you've sort of caught on to what the directions are indicating, just by clicking on that arrow, it then comes down and you can see the whole project window. This sort of second section, prepare and present, does definitely give more options for education in terms of preparation prior to you presenting. Right off the bat, there's a video about what to expect in the process. Again, I did watch it. It's informative. I think it's worth checking out. And then finally, the third section, sort of after your speech, they do provide more information here as well. Understanding the Toastmasters valuation, accepting feedback, and then some more resources. Speaking of resources, as you look in this resources section in the bottom right, the top three were in the previous one. And now you also have these links to be able to check out how to evaluate, which is sort of an interactive little mini course. It's actually not bad. I did decide to do it. It did present a couple of challenges for me. There were some things that you were supposed to fill out in the process. It didn't quite line up with my settings. That could just be indicative of my computer. That is one thing that I noticed, and I would encourage you to try it. As well, they present a very particular view on evaluation in terms of, putting these numbers that you can see listed here, 5 exemplary, 4 excels, and they go into some detail with that. I have a particular way I like to do that, and maybe you do as well, but I think any one of us could find value in taking this little mini course and seeing what they say about it. The one below that says My Feedback page. That is just bringing you to the feedback section within Basecamp. Personally, I don't really use that. I know how to use it, but I find it a little tricky for club member interaction. So I don't use that. If I want to provide feedback for someone, I'll either do that in the Zoom chat if I'm doing a Zoom meeting, or I'll just email them afterward. However, some of you may decide to use that feedback page, and I would encourage that if that's something you enjoy. And then the final aspect of this part 4 is complete your project. They do provide more information in this new version about that in this navigation within the project window. And they specifically try to clear up some confusion that's been taking place with the complete your project, and they provide a video that you can watch. And it's another one. It's pretty good. It's short, it's informative, it's worth checking out. Then this last section I'm showing you, before you move on, you might recall the previous version, it just kind of said congratulations, and then you were sort of left to your own devices to figure out, does that mean I'm done? So this is sort of a little recap section that you can access with this project window, and it talks about the various parts, and that way you sort of know, okay, well, this is what I learned, this is what the process was, and now I'm done. I very much appreciate you watching, your contribution in Toastmasters. I appreciate you spending your time with me here today talking about this level 1 and in general just as fellow Toastmasters. If you have any questions or comments, I would certainly enjoy hearing from you and your feedback in the comment section of this video.